Biafra bani ike, ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike. Biafra bani ike, ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike. Biafra bani ike, ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike. Ma yesuro ijiji ntị ike n'enu nyede sozi ozu a na n'inyi. Biafra ba n'ike, Biafra bụ nke m. Anyị agwago ndị Naịjirịa ga-eme ya n'udo, mana va jụziri ajụ. Bachọrọ ka abụbụ ụbụ mụbọsị anyị ga-abụ ụbụ n'elu ụwa. Aga m afụ ife fa ga-abụta. Chukwu nyeli ndị Israel Kenan land na fa nazili je kwechiri. Etu a ka o si nye ụmụ Igbo Biafra, anyị ga-ana n'ụwa je kwechiri. Onye eli ndị Yoruba Oduduwa fa ga-anazi n'ụwa je kwechiri. Onye ndị Hausa Arịwa baga nazi n'ụwa je kwechiri. Adapụ onye Naịjirịa bụ ife na-eme Naịjirịa bụ omume. Ebe ọ bụ na o kwerozi anyị n'ụwa, onye ọbụla ga-anabazi. Nkụ dị n'ọkọ n'elu ụwa nne m ya na-eyeli mba nni. Ife anyị nwere n'elu ụwa nye ka anyị ga-eji wee dị ebube. Naịjirịa nọzi n'afụfụ tata maka na fa chọrọ idozi anyị Biafra. Naịjirịa nọ n'afụfụ tata maka fa chọrọ ịkwado ụmụ Biafra. Arịala na-alụ amụkwụ mana arapụrụ fa wee jebe na China. Biafra baa n'ike ọ na-awa nkụ kala aka Adaesi Igbo bụ ngọ Chukwu nyela m ya n'aka. Kedu ndị na-esi ngọ?
Biafra baa n'ike,
Biafra baa n'ike
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
ọwago nkụ ndị Naịjirịa.
Biafra baa n'ike,
wazie nya pịatanụ
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Adaesi Igbo bụ ngọ
Biafra baa n'ike,
ụmụ Biafra na anyị ga-ana.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Obi etikwanụ na-eti
Biafra baa n'ike,
maka ife enwebe isi enwebe ilo,
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
mana anyị ga-ana mma.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Ike agwụgo ndị Sabo,
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
ndị Sabo chakwanụ n'ụzọ
Biafra baa n'ike,
maka Biafra na-abịa.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Iluzie na Nsụka na UNN anyị nwere chemistry lab ebe anyị nọrụ ngwa ọgụ anyị ji nụzie ya. Naijiria lapụrụ ya oleka maka na ọ dị na ndị Biafra. Tantaba na-ejezi China na Amerika egote ngwa ọgụ. Kedu ndị na-agbazi lọs? Amerika na China na-ego ngwa ọgụ fa. Ụmụ fa nọzi n'ọlụ mana ndị nke yi nọzi nkịtị. Onye yala ibenye na chi ya kwuru n'elu ụwa ọ banyezienụ n'afụfụ. Ife unu ji emife niile a bụ ka ọ yala ịbala ụmụ Biafra. Ma tata Chukwu agọzigo anyị wee nye enyi onye ndu ụmụ ụzọ ọfụma, Mazi Nnamdi Ọhamadike Biafra eze nkotoko n'ilu mkpuchi. Enyejizi anyị ike Biafra wee bịa wee wazie nkụ ndị Naịjirịa pịata oke n'ọsọ ngwere n'ọsọ. Ife niile zoro ebe pụta gị ife mana anyị ga-ana nna maka Biafra bụ nke m.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Anyị ike ka ọ bụ nwanne m a.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Anyị na-ebi ife kara aka.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Obodo niile dị n'ụwa niile ya
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
ụmụ Biafra ga-anaba.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Ka anyị dozie obodo anyị.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Ọ na-awa nkụ kara aka.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Anyị awago okwu ndị Naịjirịa.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Agbalị mbọ ka eme nje n'udo
Biafra baa n'ike,
mana ebe a jụrụ ajụ.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Ewee jekwubu ụkwụ.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Tata ụfọdụ nọ n'akwa.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Ịbụ na be Lego Naija.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Biafra ga-anazi.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Ụmụ Chineke ndị ọma.
Biafra baa n'ike,
Ibe a bụ egwu abala nze.
ọ na-awa nkụ siri ike.
Egwu akpọla abala nze ka njebe achala kwudo odogwu. Mazi ọnọ na-atụ nwa Ogbuefi odogwu nwa na Amerika. Alụsị ego ndị achala onye echichi. Ife menaghị n'ụwa m. Nwa Chineke onye ọma ọkwa isi m kụbala uwe egwu ka anyị kele na alụsị ego.
Alụsị ego,
Alụsị mọni
alụsị ego na-achala odogwu.
ọnọ na kunwa Ogbuefi nu.
Alụsị ego,
Enye bụ alụsị ego.
alụsị ego na-achala odogwu.
Nwa Chineke onye ọma biri.
Alụsị ego,
Biafra bụ nke anyị.
alụsị ego na-achala odogwu.
Amerika gị na likwechili.
Alụsị ego,
Ife mena ide n'ụwa.
alụsị ego na-achala odogwu.
Ife mena Steven Nwite nwe onye ọha zala odogwu. Steven Nwite o ji wọchị eme ọgụ onye ọma. Onye ọha zala egwu mekeleghị nwa Chineke onye ọma. Ebonyi so na Biafra ojiwoche m ọgọ na-ekene mi obi sikwa gị ike maka na Biafra na-abịa Mr. Chidozie Ọnụọha Biafra striker afụ nwa lọta nne ya ofe owo ka isi bi ụwa ya nụ agbala afụ nwa ekpe n'ukwu maka Biafra odogwu nwa n'obi n'indi ya ife mena ya one n'ụwa nwa ị ga-adị ka echi nọdụ agwụ agwụ ngwa ka ikene n'odo
abụ nwa
Biafra striker
abụ nwa lọta ndị ya
afụ nwa elotanna
abụ nwa
onye ọbọ owe ịdị m mma
abụ nwa lọta ndị ya
afụ nwa elotanna
abụ nwa
anyị mbi ya ka ọ na-ajụ
abụ nwa lọta ndị ya
ị ga-adị ka echi n'elu ụwa
abụ nwa
maka echi n'ọdagwu agwụ
abụ nwa lọta ndị ya
Mazi Benjamin Nnaji Bensi n'Igbo niile na Canada ndị ugbo nka n'ụka isi bi ụwa egwu ikolobịa na-ekwili obodo agbago
Bensi n'Igbo niile
Benjin onye ọma
onye nka n'ụsọ sibe
Benjamin Nwannaji
Bensi n'Igbo niile
ibu ụwa ya isi na chi
onye nka n'ụsọ sibe
onye nka ekene mi
Bensi n'Igbo niile
kabani ga-adị ka echi
onye nka n'ụsọ sibe
na-akwadosikwa ike n'elu ụwa
Bensi n'Igbo niile
maka Biafra na-abịa
onye nka n'ụsọ sibe
kedu ndị na-esi ngọ n'obodo
Biafra baa n'ike ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
kedu ndị sabo n'obodo
Biafra baa n'ike
Biafra baa n'ike
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
tebaka enweghị n'ofe
Biafra baa n'ike
maka Biafra na-abịa
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
a na-esi bobo ngọ
Biafra baa n'ike
obodo Biafra ka anyị na-ekwu
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
anyị gwaliba ka emenya n'udo
Biafra baa n'ike
kararụ ka bụbụ ụbụrụ
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
mgbe o suru onye ga-akwụ
Biafra baa n'ike
ofu obi ka anyị ga-eji
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
ụmụ Biafra akwụrụgonu
Biafra baa n'ike
anyị chọbanụ ofu obi
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
ofu obi n'ọnya ga-enye anyị ya
Biafra baa n'ike
Biafra baa n'ike
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
ọwago nkụ ndị Naijiria
Biafra baa n'ike
ife ọma ka anyị na-achọzi
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
onye Chukwu mere eze ga-echirili
Biafra baa n'ike
maka Biafra bụ nke m
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
ife menezi oyima
Biafra baa n'ike
Mr. Chidebere Ugwu
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
Gabito nwa Biafra
Biafra baa n'ike
onye Nsụka jiri ebube
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
Gabi Chemical Ventures
Biafra baa n'ike
na Lagos gị na-achụzi
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
kwadobekwa maka Biafra
Biafra baa n'ike
kwadobekwa na anyị ga-analele
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
Gabito nwa Biafra
Biafra baa n'ike
obodo Biafra kwurugo
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
ife mere Nnamdi Kanu
Biafra baa n'ike
ọhamadike Biafra
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
na-ejizi anya ike Biafra
Biafra baa n'ike
wee wazie nkụ ndị Naijiria pịata
ọ
pịata
na-awa nkụsiri ike
oke n'ọsọ ngwele n'ọsọ
Biafra baa n'ike
ụmụ ibe anyị na
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
ife abụ egwu abala nze
Biafra baa n'ike
egwu ikolobịa ka ọ bụ
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
a na-esi Igbo bụ ngọ
Biafra baa n'ike
ụmụ ibe n'anya na
ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
obodo kenenu Kanu
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
Kanyi kenebenu Kanu
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
Biafra
Nnamdi Kanu
Odogu
Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
ike agwụgo ndị iloyi
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
Biafra
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
odogwu na-egbula buke
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
ike agwụgo ndị iloyi
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
ndị iloyi na-achọzi udo
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
mana oge zugo
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
ụmụ Biafra gana
Nnamdi Kanu
anyị
Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
egwu ndị Kalobi ikolobia bi n'obodo a mmadụ anọzi ikpe ya egwu ndị Kolobia Biafra bana anyị obele nwa onye fara ikpeku Chukwu zitere anyị ya Chukwu okike abịa ma zitelie ka ọ bịa tọpụ ụmụ Biafra na-abụ ọtọpụ anyị na-abụ Naịjirịa Chukwu zitere anyị ya ma ndị Yoruba jụziri ajụ mana anyị nwekwa mmeri babụlụ obele nwa na 2015 ụbọchị enyanwụ anyị wee bebe ife dị n'ime ya anyị wee jebe ụlọ ikpe chọbazie ndị mkpọrọ anyị na mkpọrọ ndị kpọchiri anyị ka anyị na-achọ anyị fụrụ ofe ọnụ n'ụwa gị malụ afa na-agbazi ọsọ na-achụzi ife mana afa marọ na anyị nwe mmeri n'ife ọbụla anyị tinyere aka n'ụwa na-agala anyị ya ka anyị ji bụrụ ụmụ Chukwu okike abịama Nnamdi Kanu kedụzi ife mesilu mee odogwu na-egbula buka abatago obodogo nwa onye afara ife agbala nze na akpọ ya olikalaja ife mena ihe ole n'ụwa ka ibili ị ga-abị ndụ ole n'ụwa fụ Biafra His Majesty onye ọrụ Panomo na-ekwu akụọ m ọfọ na nne ị ga-afụ ife ọma ebe isi na anyị ga-enwere onwe anyị wee bulie n'isi ife ọma ga-abụ nke iyi ngwanụ kenenu Kanu
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu
Amadike Biafra
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
abala nze na-ekwupụ n'iyi
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
eze nkoto nkonyere mkpuchi
Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu Amadike
kịtịkpa gbala ni ọghọlụ mbuze
Nnamdi Kanu
maka
Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Ife dị na ihe n'ụwa mụ.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Deputy Director.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Uche Mofo na-ekene m.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Ọhamadike Biafra.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Ụmụ Biafra oge zugo Abalanze nọ n'egwu. Ọ bụ egwu ikolobịa onye gbakana ya lụ ka ọ gbalagba n'ụwa na nkịtị. Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra ụkwalụ oge n'ụwa daa ife niile nwere oge oge zugo na anyị gana Biafra ụba n'anyị Biafra ụba na nsọ Biafra bụ nke anyị anyị Chukwu gwara anyị na mgba aka na-ekwuzi. Ị na-akpọ m onye Naijiria bụ m onye Naija gwakene m mininu of Naijiria mana Biafra bụ obodo m. Ị na-achụzi mmọnwụ nke ndị ọbụzi ndụ. Biafra bụ obodo anyị ebe amụrụ anyị bụ na Biafra ebe anyị ga-anwụ bụ na Biafra. Nwata chọba nke ya ọbụla ajọ nwa, nwata chọba nke ya ọbụla ajọ nwa, mana mmejọ nke mụ n'elu ụwa mụ onye ọcha ma aba m afa n'elu ụwa. Nne na nna mụrụ m n'ụwa ga-aba m afa. Afa m bụ onye ka Chukwu. Biafra bụ obodo anyị. Amarọ m ife bụ Naijiria. Ikuku ya lisi guo. Kedu ife ọ ga-eme n'iku? Nnamdi Kanu Ọhamadike Biafra. Ife mere anyị ome n'ụwa ka njikube egwu. Ọlụ ịlụlụ n'ụwa juru m anya. Isi kpọta Igbo n'ụlọ juru m anya. Ekene ka njidi ya ole n'ụwa Nnamdi Kanu. Ekene ka njidi ya ole n'ụwa Nnamdi Kanu. Ọhamadike Biafra nwonye afọ iwetu. Ịrapụrụ oche eze nna yi wee were ndụ iwe tinye ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. Ife ọma n'ụwa makọ na be yi. Ife dị mma ọmakọ na be yi. Abalanze n'ọmụ nọ n'egwu. Ngwanụ ka ikele n'odogwu.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Odogwu abụrụ ọka inyefu ma ncha.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Kịtịkpa gbara anyị ọghọlụ mbuze.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Onye afara ibe kwuo.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Ike agwụgo n'ilo yi.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Ilo yi na-achọzi pistọl.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ọhamadike.
Ilo yi na-achọzi dialọg.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu.
Wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are, on the face of this very planet, on this very day, Saturday, the 13th day of February in the year of our Most High Elohim 2020. I welcome each and every one of you listening. And I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. Because in the blessed land of Biafra, it is evening. Here in Houston, Texas, it is afternoon. Just 11 minutes past 12 noon here in Houston, Texas. 11 minutes past 7 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. And by the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you're listening to us from, where you are domiciled. And as I welcome you, allow me to encourage you to welcome all those who are around you, your friends, your family, your neighbors, anybody that needs to be emancipated by virtue of this very gospel of liberation. We are live and we are direct. And as some of you know, I am in the United States of America, in Houston, Texas, to be precise. And I welcome each and every one of you. This program today is going to be interactive. But before I go into the details of that, and before I issue a number that you're going to call, which is a United States number, please, to allow those of them who are here that we have brought this very redemption to, this very gospel, to participate and partake in this very program today. My name is Nnamdi. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, the largest mass movement on the face of this planet Earth. The director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. I know that some of you, this may be new, those who are listening via our social media platforms, but I can say to you that we are on Mazi Nnamdi page, the official one. It has official to it. We are also on my profile, which is my private page on Facebook, which is Mazi Nnamdi, and also on University of Radio Biafra on Facebook, University of Radio Biafra on YouTube. And I am also sure that some of you are listening either via IPOB community radio, or you're listening to us via Radio Biafra app. Some are on satellite, some are on FM on the ground. Wherever you are, however you're listening to us, we welcome you. Without further hesitation, I am going to pray a very brief prayer. After this very prayer, I will give you a telephone number to call when our lines open for you to participate in this very program today, especially for those of you who are in the United States of America, where I am currently, should I say, broadcasting from. Let us pray. Ezi onye nwanyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma onye anyị na-efewe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya kere ihe niile kere eke, mana onweghị onye kere ya eze ndị nsọ. Mma mmadụ gị Chineke nna, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị ka anyị na-efe, anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, anaghị m akpụ isi ala wee nye ihe ọ bụla ka mmadụ kpụrụ nna nke ebere. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị site n'okwu nsọ nke gị, kwere n'ihi ebere gị, ịma mma gị, amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Bịakwa ka iwe leta anyị ma nye anyị Biafra ya ọsọ ọsọ na mgbe nke anyị, n'ihi na mkpagbu karịrị akarị, ndị iro karịrị akarị, ekworo karịrị akarị, iro karịrị akarị, ndị anya ụfụ juru ebe niile, eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-ekele gị, na-arịọ gị, na-asị na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna bụ onye anyị na-efe. Ka amara gị wepụta ihe n'ime ndụ anyị, kiri gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Ka ngọzi gị wepụta ihe ka ụwa niile wee gba akaebe wee si n'ezie n'ezie n'ụmụ IPOB bụ ụmụ Chineke, na ala nsọ gị bụ nke Biafra na nke dị nsọ, bụ ala nke a gọziri agọzi. N'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị pụrụ inye anyị Biafra, ọ bụghị mmadụ dị ndụ. Kama na anyị onwe anyị ga-eme nke anyị ji wee bụrụ mmadụ, gị onwe gị ga-eme nke iji wee bụrụ Chineke nna. Mkpọkụ ka anyị na-akpọkọ aha nsọ gị, dịka isi wee gọzie ndị Igbo, ka anyị si wee narịọ ka iwee gọzie anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa, ka iwee nye anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, nye anyị ezi nghọta, nye anyị amamihe dị omimi nna nke igwe. N'ihi na ndị iro gbara anyị okirikiri, aka nri aka ekpe, ihu na azụ, mana ọ bụ site na amara gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka anyị ji wee nọ ndụ wee ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị, onweghị onye ọzọ anyị na-efe ma ọ bụghị naanị anyị. Wee na-arịọ gị, wee na-arịọsi ike, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke, mana nwee ike, Chineke nna ndị nsọ, biko arịọ ka anyị na-arịọ gị, bịa ka iwee gbaghara anyị mmehie. N'ihi na anyị bụ anọkpa ahụ, ụzọ ọbụla si wee mejọ gị, ọ bụ site n'echiche, bụrụ n'okwu ọnụ, bụrụ akparamagwa, eze ebube dị ngọzi, biko gbaghara anyị mmehie. Ejikwala mmehie wee kwụọ anyị ụgwọ ọrụ, ma were amara gị ezi nna, n'ihi na ndị iro abatawa anyị n'ime obodo ekwensu bụ Zoological Republic, abatawa anyị n'ime. Ha kpọta when the flan ndị Janjaweed ndị na-egbu mmadụ wee na-arụ ọbara wee bata anyị n'ime wee jide ụmụ gị wee na-ala anyị n'iyi kama iwe kpọlite Eastern Security Network nna nke Blede Ngozi wee na-asị ihe na-eme n'ala Yoruba n'ụbọchị nketa na agaghị eme n'ala nsọ gị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị sekpọrọ onwe ha ndị gọvanọ na ndị si na ha bụ ndị na-achị obodo na-agabiga ha na ndị Fulani ihu na-ememere ala nsọ gị. Chineke nna nke igwe na agaghị adị etu a na mgbe nke anyị wee na-ekele gị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị gị eze Blede Ngozi biko bịa ka iweta anyị okwu nsọ nke gị n'ọnụ ụwa anyị na-ewe gba aka ebe na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile ka otuto na-asọpụrụ wedara aha nsọ gị site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ga na-arịọ gị ise. I have just prayed in the language of heaven, and I am going to issue a telephone number, and please, I will encourage you not to call. Allow those in the United States of America to call first, please. The number is 346. I repeat, +1, which is United States code, 346-399-0188. I repeat, +1 346-399-0188. Very, very shortly, the line will open. And when it does, I will invite you to please place your call and tell us whatever you have in mind today, but especially for those of you who are in the United States of America. This broadcast, as you say, is going out to the rest of the world. But this evening, before we commence, I must bring to the attention of the whole world, because we are saying all these things, not that the world will do anything, not that the UN themselves will do anything, not that anybody will do anything about coming to our rescue. We are saying it that they may bear us witness, that heaven and earth may bear us witness. This evening, for those of you in Biafra land, or this mid-afternoon before we came on air, we received a very disturbing news that the man, the zoo army, and the police that Hope Uzodinma sent to go and destroy a synagogue, a house of prayer in Olo, that they have been able to find the man where he has been in hiding with the family and arrested him. The zoo army and the police just did that a few minutes ago. We are saying it so that the whole world will be able to know. The man who was arrested, the high priest, is Cletus Egole, and the wife, Reverend Rosalind Egole. Priest Cletus Egole, Reverend Rosalind Egole, Ngozi Chukwu Mbenwa, Elo Ikechukwu, Sandra Nwachukwu, Nwachukwu Confidence, Promise Nwachukwu, Solomon Nwachukwu, Peculiar Nwachukwu, all of them were abducted by the army of the zoo, and I'm sure they will add these ladies here to the list of those they are holding already, those they are raping every morning, noon, and night. They have just abducted them at the orders of Hope Uzodinma this very day. This was the man that his synagogue, his church was destroyed. The wife is a Reverend Rosalind Egole. They have taken them to maybe to Obinze, and from there they will move them to the north to commence the rape of these very women, as they have been doing to over 50 women already. We have their testimony. We have it on tape. A lot of things are happening. A lot of abominations are happening. The world has turned a blind eye. They will not come to our rescue. They will not listen. It has fallen upon us to try to defend ourselves, and that is exactly what we're going to do. Hope Uzodinma, if you know who he is, if you know who George Obiozo is, you must tell them that this reverend, this very priest must be released immediately, along with those who have been arrested. If they are not released, anything you see in Imo State, you will take from us. Anything they see in Imo State, they will take it from us. I am warning everybody, all you idiots, those who are fond of talking rubbish all the time. This family has been abducted. For those of you efulefus, all these intellectuals, these idiots that cannot reason. Our people, do you know that Biafran women are in military barracks in the north? I have their names. They are being raped as we speak. 2, we managed to secure the release of 2 of them. If you listen to their testimony, believe you me, anywhere you see a Nigerian soldier or police, you cut off their heads. I'm telling you the truth. Those people are evil. They are raping our sisters and our mothers as I'm talking to you right now. And we have all their names. They are moving them from one barracks to the other. Now they have moved them to DSS headquarters in Abuja. These are Biafran women, Igbo women, that they are taking turns to rape. As I'm talking to you right now, that is what is happening. That is why we must be guarded in our approach. Everything we do, we must be very vigilant and very careful. Any traditional ruler, any PG of any community, anybody who is in support of what is happening in the damnable zoological republic is our enemy and enemy of God as well. In heaven. Anybody who is against what we are doing, you are against God Almighty in heaven. And you can never go scot-free. They have taken these families. If you know Hope Uzodinma, tell him, before you start writing your stupid grammar on Facebook, go and tell Hope Uzodinma and George Obiozo that nothing must happen to this family. They must be released. Their synagogue was demolished. It was demolished. And now you have gone and arrested them. I'll give you their names once again, so that when it starts, you will not say you were not warned. You must release High Priest Cletus Egole, Reverend Roslyn Egole, Ngozi Chukwu Mbemwa, Elo Ikechukwu, Sandra Nwachukwu. They took them because Fulani wants to start raping them from tonight. That's what I've been doing to our women. Those that we can give to them. You know, people don't understand why we do what we do. They think we are doing this just for the sake of it. We are doing what we are doing because that is what we have been mandated to do by heaven itself. You must release Sandra Nwachukwu, Confidence Nwachukwu, Promise Nwachukwu, Solomon Nwachukwu, Peculiar Nwachukwu. We know you're holding them. I swear on my life, if you do not release them, Imo State will burn. Imo State will burn. It will burn and burn and burn. If you know Hope Uzodinma, go and tell him. If you know the idiot who is commanding the army somewhere in Obinze, cowards and kidnappers, go and tell those fools to release the women and children they have just abducted in Olu this evening. I am warning you, if you do not release them, Imo State will burn. It will burn. That army of the zoo you want to move down, you will move it down into Imo State and they will die there. We will sit and say, don't think you are Yoruba people with all this nonsense you're doing in Yoruba land. If you try us, you will die in our land. We will bury you there in our land. Go and ask them. They were running away yesterday night. They ran away yesterday night. They said they were patrolling around Olu. We came into Olu and they ran away. All they did was to come back this evening, to disguise, to come back this evening, to come and abduct innocent civilians. They cannot fight Boko Haram. They cannot fight ISIS. They cannot fight Fulani bandits. Nothing is to come and be displaying force against civilians. The same thing they did at Lekki Tollgate earlier today. The same thing they did at Lekki Tollgate. And for those of them who were making noise about the involvement of IPOB and Biafrans in the NSAS protest, have you now seen that we didn't issue any orders for Biafrans to go to Tollgate Lekki? Has it not crumbled? Has it not crumbled? I'm asking you. Has it not crumbled? You saw their police well kitted in full military regalia, displaying all their armaments. The same thing they cannot do in Sambisa Forest. The same thing they can never do anywhere else. But they are in Lekki Tollgate, displaying their, should I say, their power and their might against unarmed civilians. In Nigeria, if you want something done, if you want to defend your rights, you must be armed. You need weapons to defend your right, or else they will trample upon it. Those people do not reason. They don't understand. And for some of you fools supporting what the zoo has done or is doing around Lekki, let me remind you, the same way this very generation is fighting for what Ojukwu saw over 50 years ago is how you and your children in years to come will be fighting against injustice because of your duplicitous complicity with what is happening right now in Lekki. All of you are there. When soldiers come to abduct civilians, you are just looking. When the police come, taking some of you one by one, your others will just be there watching. You are just watching. You are dealing with animals. Nigerian authority, these are wild. They are worse than animals. You cannot allow them. How many policemen were there? How can you allow them to be arresting people? I know that Macaroni, the comedian, was arrested as well and taken away. All they are doing is to frighten you. You don't understand these people. You don't understand their mentality, their psychology, the way they reason, the way they talk, the way they operate. You don't know. This is a zoo. The only thing they understand is force. In Nigeria, you fight force with force. If you try to speak your grammar from now till the kingdom come, nothing will happen. Ask Ule Soyinka. They have been speaking grammar for years. Grammar for years. Yet he did not stop Fulani cow from entering his farm and eating up his cassava and his maize. Grammar does not work in Nigeria. Speaking too much grammar doesn't work. The only thing they understand is force. That is why they are negotiating with bandits. Why are they negotiating with bandits? Because bandits are armed. They have AK-47. That is the only language Nigeria understands. They don't understand anything else. Look at Lekki. Has it not collapsed? The protest, I'm asking you, because there were no Biafrans. I did not give the order for IPOB to go. Because they will say, oh, they've come to destroy Lagos. Look at them, go back. We told you, if you allow them to divide you, you are finished. What happened at Lekki today is a farce. And I want to hold Yoruba media responsible. Sometimes people ask me, but why? I said they are the ones responsible. Over the years, they have been feeding garbage upon garbage to people. Feeding people nonsense. Why don't you ask yourself today, all this nonsense they are now doing around Lekki, police show of force, why can't they do it in the East? Let them come to our land and do it. They will die there. They understand. Because we are prepared. Because we live in a world run by hypocrites. We live in a world run by hypocrites and Luciferians. So there is no need being alive. What for? Because they will always side with the devil. They will always side with evil. The Nigerian government is evil and they know it. Everything about the zoo is awful. They know that Buhari is dead. There is no Buhari. Every Fulani idiot can now come out and set a policy agenda. And we follow it, including the Bauchi state governor. All of you, didn't you hear what the Bauchi said? That Fulanis have the right to carry arms, AK-47. Did you not see all of those things? Did you not see them? What Yoruba media succeeded in doing over the years is to groom a generation of lily-livered cowards. Can you imagine if we had been listening to these people? By now, the Fulanis would have overrun us. By now, our farms, our forests, our bushes would have been gone. The same way it has gone in Yoruba land. As they were busy telling you about Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi, Fulani, we are busy taking over Yoruba land. Now that the Yorubas have said enough is enough, you have to leave. They have said no. Can you imagine that Amoteku is under attack from Fulani headsmen, from Fulani terrorists? Can you imagine that? Why is that happening? Because over the years, as I have always said to Nigerians who cannot reason properly like human beings, go and look at yourselves. Anytime somebody is telling you that another person is your problem, that person is your problem. They want to do to us what they did to Hausa people. They want to do to us what they did to Bachama people. They want to do to us what they did to Gwari people, what they did to Nupe, even what they did to Yoruba in the past. And after all these years, you have allowed yourselves to go through the same process of not just colonization or emasculation, but total annihilation. They will kill all of you. They will go and protest next time. The best time to protest in Nigeria is at night. The best time for you to protest, to occupy Lekki is at night. So as they are coming, you hit them. If you don't hit them, they will keep coming to kill civilians. They will arrest you. Nigeria is ripe for a revolution. Not all these stupid, nonsensical, useless protests. If the time for protest has come and gone, it's now time to go into full-phased revolution. The zoo is dying. I don't know if some of you saw the hillocks that are bringing in through Cotonou for Fulani headsmen in Yoruba land. I warned my Yoruba brothers and sisters, all these things that people are doing, every time, instead of you to focus on the common enemy, you look towards the east. It's Biafra, it's IPOB, it's Nnamdi all the time. These people, they will enter into you and they will ravage you and they're doing it today. Now they're fighting, Fulani is now fighting Yoruba for Yoruba forests. Have you not seen it? That is what some traditional rulers want to bring to the East. And I'm giving an order today because I am very, very impressed with the work done so far, flushing out these bandits and criminals and rapists and murderers from our forests. The next phase will be any traditional ruler from today onwards. I saw one now on a video talking rubbish. Any traditional ruler from today, this evening in Biafra land, this night, that comes up again to talk rubbish about peaceful coexistence, we will show him how prepared we are. That nonsense that this rubbish now happening in Yoruba land cannot happen in Biafra land, where a group of vandals, criminals, will lay claim to our forest, and when we ask them to leave, they attack us. It can anyway, we're waiting for them to try it. They are now packing and moving out. Very quietly, they should go there. And as I have said, if you are an Easterner, you are an Igbo man or woman, because of that brothel you build in Jalingo, Jalingo, face me, I face you, so that the people can come from Cameroon to patronize them. Because of the hotel you built, the brothel you built in Jalingo, because of that, I need to surrender Biafra land to Fulani Janjaweed. If you are living in the north, you are on your own. If you don't want to come back and they decide to kill you there, you are on your own. The only reason why they have not started killing some of you is because the Hausa people said no. Do you know that Fulani went to Hausa people and asked them to rise up against people living in Kanu and in Kaduna? Do you know what happened? Hausa said no to them. You know that Hausa people have their foot soldiers. Hausa said no, they will not do it. Hausa said we cannot do it. Hausa said we are not doing it. You can kill them yourself if you want to. Because now, even today, as a direct result of the gospel we have been preaching on this very platform, the Hausas have now developed some sense. They know the same thing, the same way they were deceived into surrendering their land to the Janjaweed. They have now seen it very clearly that is what we are fighting. Nobody hates anybody. I don't hate Hausa people. I don't hate law-abiding Fulani people. No, not it's those hiding under one Nigeria. Unity, to be taking my forest. And I'm saying no to it. It cannot happen. Obasanjo the other day said there is now time to have a national meeting. The same national conference. The same thing that Shoyinka believed in before many years ago. And he saw Buhari and said, no, the same Buhari that Shoyinka campaigned for. Professor Wole Shoyinka, the same Buhari he campaigned for. The same Buhari that the Yorubas campaigned for. They are the worst there in their forest. Taking their land from them. And saying they're not going anywhere. And I'm telling them today, in the open, before the hearing of the entirety of humanity, unless they come back very quickly, to make sure that the South, the alliance in the South is very strong. Fulani will eat them alive. That is their game plan. They must understand it. The same thing they do all the time. I remember when they went to, after the war, they said, oh, you are a minority. Your Ikore is not Igbo. And Nyoma is not Igbo. You are a minority. It's only a central state. Where is the oil coming from to develop the zoo? It's not from Biafra land. Is there no oil in Anambra State? I'm asking you, Orient Oil Fields. Don't you have oil in Uguta? Is that not where Shell is? How about Ebema, our gas fields? Is that not where Shell is? And that Jeep taking our oil and our gas? This is the heartland of Biafra, and I'm telling you, not the coastal region. Now go to Akwa Ibom. They have ExxonMobil. Everybody's having a field there. They're making so much money. That's why they want the zoo to remain as corrupt as it is and as one as it is. Now, let me ask you, they told you Igbo man is your problem. Is that not correct? Those of you from the coastal region of Biafra, or should I say those of us from the coastal region of Biafra, they never told you that Ibibi and Igbo are one people. Nobody told you that. But I'm telling you today. And they confused you. They brainwashed you into believing that the man who is capable of saving your life is your enemy. Today, they are building a railway line from Janjaweed, northern Nigeria, to Janjaweed, Niger. Is there any railway line in Akwa Ibom State? It's simple common sense. Any railway line? Anyway, I put it down to should I say, the mentality developed by those who were conquered. Most of the people you see writing and talking rubbish against what we are doing is because they have developed that mentality of a defeated people. It's called defeatism. They have been defeated psychologically and mentally. So all they need to do is to serve Fulani for the rest of their lives. But thankfully, Elohim, the Most High God, sent IPOB to stop the rot. And luckily for us, everybody is now waking up. Everybody is now waking up. That is why Yoruba media must take the blame. They must. They are hoping on Tinubu coming. And they know that Tinubu can never, ever be president of Nigeria. They know that very well. Everybody knows that Tinubu can never, ever be the president of the zoo. They understand that very clearly. But they're deceiving themselves. And they will continue to do so until their head. In fact, Tinubu is the modern day Afonja. Fulani will always promise you something. The same thing they promised Wike. They promise the same thing they promised to Mahi. Every idiot, they give him a promise. And as you're looking at the promise they made you, presidency, meanwhile, your forest is going. Meanwhile, the Bauchi State governor, a serving governor in Nigeria, is inviting people from the Sahel to come to conquer our land to take it over. Autumn rose up and spoke, governor of Benue State, and they decided on him. And the stupid zoo newspapers, the editors of Punch, of Tribune, all these Yoruba papers, you people, you are digging your own grave. You people, by your style of journalism, you are digging the grave that will swallow Yoruba land. Because you don't want to speak the truth. You must, sometimes in life, you must speak the truth and damn the consequences. Some of you do not understand this, but we are here to tell you today. All the years, all the lies against the Igbo, Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi has caught up with everybody. It has caught up with everybody. Now you know that they were lying to you. They were deceiving because they knew that it's only IPOB that can save everybody. I say it without any apologies. Only IPOB can save the downtrodden in Nigeria. They know it. So the best thing for them to do is to get you to align with them, to demonize IPOB, to make it impossible for IPOB to fight for your own freedom. Who told you before that IPOB is only fighting for Biafra? We are fighting for the freedom of everybody, every single human being in the zoo called Nigeria. We are fighting for everybody. Why is it difficult for you to understand that? Why is it very difficult for you to understand? They deceived you. Now they're taking your land. All those newspapers can do is say, Amatekun officers were killed. They have taken our land. Fulani have come back, their headsmen. They have taken over Ogun State. They have taken Oyo State. But when you were encouraging Fulani, when you were to demonize IPOB, the only people that could have fought for you, you didn't know that? Fulani think they're very clever with those advising them. They knew that IPOB did nothing wrong. Everybody knows. But when they said IPOB should be proscribed, all of you were jumping up like antelope, jumping up and down. Like a bunch of idiots. Where are you today? After soliciting your help to demonize IPOB, to blacklist IPOB, and say it has been proscribed, where are you today? They asked Lai Mohammed, why is it that you don't want to proscribe Fulani headsmen? Lai Mohammed said that the only crime, in fact, I have told our lawyers, we are going, we've been in court all these years. To hear our case is a problem. They are the ones that proscribed IPOB, tagged us a terrorist group. We are in their own court in Abuja, asking them to look at their own idiocy and foolishness. Do you know they don't want to hear the case? And I've told our lawyers, all we need to do is to take the tape, that clip from Lai Mohammed, and take it to court. So Lai Mohammed did not say that IPOB committed any crime. No, not at all. Because IPOB is agitating to break up Nigeria, that is the reason why they were tagged the terrorist group. And I have written and have said, is it not the same thing that Nicola Sturgeon is doing in Scotland? Nicola Sturgeon wants to break United Kingdom so that Scotland can be on their own. Is she a terrorist? It's a very simple question. Is Nicola Sturgeon a terrorist? The French people of Canada, Bloc Québécois, I'm sure they call them, they are championing a cause of self-determination to carve out French Canadians from the rest of Canada. have they been labeled a terrorist? So terrorism is no longer if you kill people, if you bomb people, if you take, if you destroy lives and properties. Now it is if you want your own self-determination, which Yoruba newspapers call secessionist or whatever rubbish they call it. To tell you how evil they are. Evil. Because I call a spade a spade. Because of them, instead of Yoruba newspapers to come out and say that the proscription of IPOB is wrong, they did nothing wrong, they joined them. Because their man, Tinubu, is his turn in 2023. And they got you to fix your eyes on 2023 and they're taking over your land. Because you're not affected, black people, because you're not affected yet, you think it won't come to you, but it's coming to you. And that time when you're shouting, nobody will listen. Look at what happened at Lekki today. It is a clear case of people shouting and nobody's listening anymore. Because if you want to do good in life, you must be consistent in what you're doing. Not today you blow hot, next day you blow cold. They were proscribing IPOB. None of these newspapers got up to say what you are doing is wrong. IPOB, Lai Mohammed opened his mouth and said, we are proscribing, or we proscribed IPOB because, not because they have guns, no, not because they killed anybody, but because they want to break Nigeria. And some of you that claim you went to school, you're just there watching and looking as a bunch of idiots that some of you are. Fools. I have never seen a more useless, idiotic people than some of you that graduated from zoo universities. I'm telling you the truth. Your education is a waste, complete waste. And the journalists just left Lai Mohammed. They left him alone. They left him. After talking all this nonsense, the idiot left. You're now telling me that anybody agitating for freedom or asking for self-determination is a terrorist group. But the same Nigerian government is supporting the Western Sahara people who are agitating to break away from Morocco. Are they terrorists? I don't know the type of brain that God created some black people with. I don't understand it. Heaven knows I don't understand. This DCOG, I have no idea where people came from. Lai Mohammed, did IPOB kill anybody? No. Did they bomb anywhere? No. Why did you proscribe them? Because they want to break Nigeria up. How about those who are killing people and maiming and raping? Oh, no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same. They're different. And you want me to rise up in the morning and say, I am a proud Nigerian. Then you are sick in the brain. It is this level of idiocy that we are fighting. It is this level of depraved reasoning that we are fighting. When I say that an average black man is demented, people don't understand. When I say that an average African man is useless, people don't understand me. They don't understand me. An information minister, he claims he's an academic, he's well-read, sat in a television studio and said, we proscribed IPOB, we tagged IPOB a terrorist group, not because they killed anybody, but because they want to divide Nigeria. And some of you are listening to this garbage. The same thing, oh my God in heaven. They have arrested people at Lekki. You saw their police, they came as if you didn't know they were going to come. Do you think, what do you think would have made those police people to stand back or to go back? Fire for fire, that's the only thing they can understand. Anything else is garbage. They have promised that we will promote you. Some of them being owed 10 months salary. Oh, don't worry, we'll pay you. After Lekki, we're going to pay you. Nobody will pay them. The same idiot will mount roadblock and collecting money from people. The same fool that is at Lekki. The children cannot go to school. The same idiots you see today, they're displaying their might and their power. When they see bandits, they run. When they see Boko Haram, they run. When they see ISIS, they run. When they see Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, they run. But when they see civilians, you see them, they puff their chest. They are now very strong. We want to defend one Nigeria. I have told you people, if you are not prepared for a violent revolution, just stop disturbing us. Stop disturbing people, for goodness sake. You have seen over the years, IPOB will come out, they will kill them. The same Nigerian journalists in Nigeria, they will write, it's our fault. Oh, why did you come out? And I keep saying to them, does it mean we cannot defend our rights? Is that what you're telling us? Oh no, but there's another way to do it. Which other way? Now you are in Lagos, you're protesting in Lagos. after killing people during the last NSAS protest, after freezing accounts, and you think that by coming out to protest you change anything? No, it's just like speaking grammar in Africa. If you're in Africa, you can speak grammar from now till the kingdom come. There'll be no light, there'll be no running water. Then you can speak all the grammar you like, or nothing will change. Because it is an attitudinal problem, not a mental. It is something that you have to do consciously to bring about change. And that is to fight fire with fire. That is the only thing that is. Are you telling me that if Yoruba were to stand up today and Biafra to stand up, say enough is enough, do you think Fulani will stand it? Do you think they will stand it? You and I know that the answer is no, they cannot stand the heat. They cannot stand it. But they are counting on your cowardice. They know that some of you can start writing. Remember 1967? Well, what happened? We were eating cassava then. We were doing this. We were struggling. And I keep asking these idiots. How many wars has Israel fought? From day one, since God gave the land of Israel to Israelites when they left Egypt. They've been fighting war till today. Is Israel not at war today? You know, they read the Bible, they don't know what to do with it. That is one thing. That is one thing that every time I pray to God and I say, can you just show me how you made black people? How did you create them? Where did you get the brain you put in black people in their skull? Where did you get the brain from? Because I don't know. The same Bible that I have here in front of me, the Torah, I have the Torah in front of me. The same thing I have read over and over again. I have read this Bible over and over again. For the kingdom of God suffered violence, and it can only be taken by those that prefer violence. Israel has been fighting a war. Israel fought a war and lost, and by the Babylonians came and took them into slavery, scattered them all over the world for 2,000 years. After that, they came back in 1948. Before Israel could be established, they fought a war. 3 wars, 3. Till today, Israel is still fighting. Till this very minute. You fought 1 war since 70, and because of that, we will not hear again. We are